The fourth type of chemical reaction is double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction is those reactions in which two compounds react by an exchange of ions to form two new compounds are called a double displacement reaction. So, two substances combine together to form two new compounds, but they are actually exchanging their ions. So, we can write the general equation as AB plus CD gives, so these are the two substances. Those two substances combine to form two new substances where AD and CB are formed. That means these two substances exchange their ions. So, AB and CD exchanges their ions. So, AD and CB are formed in this case. So, in this type of reaction is known as double displacement reaction. So, let us take one example. When barium chloride solution, reacts with a sodium sulfate solution, produces barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So, actually this reaction is taking place in solution state. Two solutions are reacting here. So, one is barium chloride, the other one is sodium sulfate, and these two substances exchange their ions. So, barium chloride changes to barium sulfate. Here barium and chloride are the ions. In the second substance, sodium and sulfate are the ions. So, those ions exchange together to form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Barium sulfate and sodium chloride. Barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So, barium sulfate is actually a precipitate. It's a white precipitate, and sodium chloride is an aqueous solution. We can write the equation. So, barium chloride is BaCl2. Barium chloride is BaCl2. That is an aqueous solution. When this is added to sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. So, Na2SO4, that is also an aqueous solution. When barium chloride is added to sodium sulfate solution, so this exchanges their ions and form barium sulfate, BaSO4. BaSO4 is actually a solid. That means it is a white precipitate, an insoluble substance. So, it is a white precipitate, and sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is formed, NaCl. NaCl is aqueous. So, 2 NaCl is needed. So, NaCl aqueous and barium sulfate solid. So, in this case, barium chloride is an aqueous solution, sodium sulfate is also an aqueous solution, and both are colorless in nature. Both are colorless, and these colorless solution mix together to form a white precipitate. A white precipitate is formed in this case, and that is an insoluble salt, or it's a white precipitate, that is actually barium sulfate. That is why we have written S in bracket. Then the other substance is sodium chloride, that is an aqueous solution. Sodium chloride is formed. So, in this reaction, a precipitate is formed. A precipitate is formed in this case. So, this is called a precipitation reaction. So, precipitation reaction means a precipitate is formed in this reaction. So, any reaction where a precipitate, we can write PPT in short, a precipitate is formed, is called a precipitation reaction. So,